Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Insanity here, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you could defeat the Maker in Tiny Tina Wonderlands. This is the hardest raid boss in Tiny Tina Wonderlands at the current moment. This boss has a butt ton of health, combined with the fact that most of her attacks are completely random, and there is no true weak spot on this boss, makes it really difficult. So consistent damage is definitely key if you want to win. This boss is only able to spawn after you summon the other 3 raid bosses in the same chaos run. If you want an in-depth guide on how to summon and defeat the other 3 raid bosses, just check out my previous videos on that. Links will be down in the description. So after you summon the other 3 raid bosses, go to the end of the chaos run and defeat the main boss of your run. After that, 2 portals will spawn, a yellow and a red one. Just take the red one. This will bring you into the first raid boss fight, and from here you need to fight all 3 raid bosses, the Keeper of Nature, Sands, and Abyss, back to back to back. After successfully defeating all 3 bosses, you are met face to face with the Maker. Also, keep in mind you do not get to refill your ammo at all during any of these fights. The only way you can really get ammo is if you kill the adds that the bosses spawn and hope you get lucky. Another way to get ammo is if you fully die. This will spawn you in with a good amount of ammo, but in this situation I would highly recommend you keep your lives. Now that we got that out of the way, moving on to the Maker fight itself. This boss, as I said, is very tanky. Some attacks you should look out for. There is no real pattern to the Maker at all, besides the fact that she shoots out these bouncing bunnies. If one of these bouncing bunnies are destroyed, it will spawn a purple orb, and if you punch that in the direction of the Maker, it will hit her and stagger her for maybe 2 seconds. This doesn't do a ton of damage, but it gives you that much needed breathing room in this fight that you need. So I would definitely do this as much as you can, because this boss is never going to give you a chance to breathe, and it will always be in your face, throwing at whatever attacks it has at you. Moving on to its other attacks, and if I'm being honest, if I cover the other attacks, this video would be 20 minutes long. And also, I don't really even know all of her other attacks, but just know that once she rolls her d20 dice above her head, you'll know what I'm talking about. The higher number that she rolls is the more damage her spells that she is going to cast is going to do. Some of these spells may include a meteor strike, making the most of the arena fire, putting boost pads on the floor to make you fly off the map, and sometimes she places a statue right in the middle of the arena that does a literal kamehameha. The statue could be destroyed, but the other attacks you just have to simply avoid. It will give you a small window like the meteor strike. If you look on the ground, you will see the ground glow up. Don't stand on the glowing ground. For the fire, it's the same thing. Don't stand on the glowing ground. And the boost pads, you can clearly see. Just avoid them. You can jump over them. Now, as I've stated for maybe the 3rd time this video, this boss is extremely tanky. It will take a lot of damage in order to defeat her. Take high power electric weapons into this fight. If you're good at using the blue cake rocket launcher, I would highly recommend that. Although that is really difficult in this fight considering she moves so much. If not, use something along the lines of a live wire. A live wire is really good at dealing, area damage in a way. It's more of a mobbing weapon than a bossing one, but honestly, I would highly recommend you bring that still because it is an electric weapon. But any other high damage weapons like the liquid cooling. The liquid cooling is currently by far the most damaging gun in this game, so bring that into the boss fight as well. Some enchantments, anything that boosts your elemental damage or gun damage. This fight is all about dealing consistent damage to this boss before she has the chance to punish you, so the more damage the better. And one last tip is to always be moving during this fight. There is not a chance that you're going to be standing still and you won't go down. Don't try to stand still and get some extra damage in, because those void bunnies that are jumping around or the spells she is casting, it's bound to down you at some point. You can also fall off the side of the stage, so just be careful of that. But anyways, that pretty much covers the Maker boss fight and how to summon her and hopefully defeat her. Now again, there is no true pattern to this boss fight and no true weak point, so consistent damage is always key and just aim for the head. After all, it is a raid boss and it is supposed to be extremely difficult. So if you can't do it on your first try, or you just can't even do it period, lower down the chaos level or go get some better gear and come back at a later time. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, as it also does help this channel grow, and subscribe if you are new for more Wonderlands content. And yeah, it's been Insanity. I'll see you guys later.